work through the next 4 problems for you from tonight's worksheet, problems number 5 through 8. The first problem, number 5, limit as theta goes to 0 of secant of theta divided by theta times the cosecant of theta. Again, using trig identities. Secant of theta is a reciprocal of the cosine. Cosecant, the reciprocal of the sine. Rewriting, this is 1 over cosine of theta times the sine of theta over theta. And then again, recognizing from today, as theta goes to 0, sine of theta over theta goes to 1. The cosine of theta, as theta goes to 0, is also 1. So this is 1. This limit is 1 times 1. My answer is 1. Number 6, very similar to number 1 we did earlier, although as we discussed today in class, the argument for the sine function has to be the same as what we see in the denominator. If I put a 5 in the denominator, I'm going to also need to multiply the numerator by 5. And then certainly as t goes to 0, 5t goes to 0. So thinking of this as limit as t goes to 0 of 5 times the sine of 5t over 5t, and let me change that to 5t going to 0. Now this expression here, these are all the same, so I have 5 times 1 or 5. Sorry, I lost a little bit on off the paper. Number 7. This is a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to think about what happens as I take and try to evaluate by substitution. I know that the cosine of theta as theta goes to 0 is 1. So now I'm really looking at in the numerator the sine of 1, and then I'm going to rewrite this secant of theta as 1 over cosine. So I'm going to start. And again, as theta goes to 0, cosine of theta goes to 1. My numerator is sine of 1. Cosine of theta goes to 1, so I'm divided by 1 over 1. This answer is just the sine of 1. And finally, in this video, the last one I'm going to do is number 8. The limit as theta goes to 0, sine squared of theta over theta. We did one really similar in class today, but I believe we had sine squared of theta over theta squared. So again, I'm going to rewrite sine squared of theta as sine of theta over theta. And then in the denominator, I just have a theta. I'm going to think of that as grouping it that way so that now I know that this goes to 1 as theta goes to 0. And this sine of theta as theta goes to 0 will go to 0. So 1 times 0 are 0.